Hey, welcome back. So in this video, I want to show you how to decode or modify this keyway with the Gymkana 994. So tools we're going to need would be test key, digital caliper, the brush as a stylus, and the Gymkana 994. Let's get started. So if we look at vehicle and say this is a Ford F150 2021, 2022, it's going to be that new center cut. So if we did decode, Gymkana does everything cool. But say if we don't have the codes or we don't know the numbers directly, we can't type it in, we need to go through modifying. We need to figure out the best way, or if we need to make this key from scratch. So let's jump into this. So if we look, the numbers here, 4 does not coincide with the numbers here. It only works with here. Go into your settings and change as needed. So if I'm going to go to millimeter, inch, click on millimeter, and let's go back and back to modify. Cool. So that's how we have our millimeter or our inch just to work with this. So now the really cool thing of this, Gymkana will give you all the tools to be successful. It literally depends on you using the tools and that know-how to figure it out. If you can figure this out, you know, it's pretty simple. So if we look at the measurements here, this is going to be measuring. So we have 27.6, cool. And the key blade, 5.4, 5.5, cool. Probably twisted a little. Now let's go ahead and see. So if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of issues that could go wrong if we decoded incorrectly or if there's something. So if we look in here, we have 10 different variations for the height, and we have 4 options. So let's kind of get started. Now, and before I did this video, I made the mistake where I started here and I worked my way forward, and then at the end I was off by 1 because there's a lot of different options and I just don't want to waste your time. So be careful if you're doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the front and work my way back so I'm not missing anything. So let's go ahead and start here. So if I tap that, I'm not sure what it is. I can hit plus or minus, but the cool thing is it's going to tell me that at 4 millimeters, 4.5 millimeters, I need to measure that cut. So if I look here, 4.5 millimeters, that's where I need to go. And let me measure. So it's telling me that's a 1.3, 1.4. So that would be a 3. Okay, so what's the next one? Next one, and if you need to get those numbers, let's just go down. Let's just say it's a 1. So it's saying at 6.8 millimeters. What is that 6.8 millimeters? That's going to be at that big drop, like so. And that's saying 2.4. So yeah, that would be that 1. Okay, so we have 3, 1. That's starting to look correct. Let's go ahead and continue. Now this option, let's just go ahead and it's way down and then it goes up a smidge. Let's just say that's a 2. But let's measure. So it says at 9.10. And you'll see the little different marks here. It's 2.2, 2.0. Cool. So yes, it would be a 2. What's the next one? So if you look closely, you will see, let me get the light, how it goes up and down. You can see the different depths kind of match that. You don't need to measure each time, but it helps hold you accountable. So the next one, so if that was a 3, I'm sorry, if that was a 1, that's a 2. Let's measure here. That's a 1 millimeter. So that's going to be a 4. And if we want to verify the height of that, it says 11.4, 11.4. Okay, cool. We're on the right track. Now let's go to the next section. 1.4. Okay. And the next section. And that one looks like it's down a lot. So is this one going to be the same? 2.4 and 2.4. Okay. So by looking at these two depths, it's going to safely assume it's a 1 because that matches. And now it goes up. 1.4. 1.4, that's a 3. But let's make sure that we're looking at the right section. So we want to measure here and make sure it's correct there. So it's saying 18.2, 18.3. Okay, cool, we're on the right path. And then we have this little section here, 1.9. That's almost 2. So that's going to be 2 millimeter. And then we have down here 2.5, 2.5, and that's going to be a 1. And then let's measure this last section. That's 2 mil. Cool. So to double check this last cut, it's 25.2. So 25.2 is going to be right here. And that's at 2 mil. Yes, that's correct. So that's, it's at 8-minute mark, which is great. So another video, like when I was doing a test run to explain it, I started on the back end and it made sense, but then on the video, it's like I was off by 1. So that's how you're going to do that. So now if we look at this key, let's hold it up, get some light on there. And that looks correct. So now we can easily use that for any other keys. I guess side note, if you're doing for a Honda, you'd measure. You're not gonna measure like so, like in between. You're gonna measure at the base here to the height here. You gotta subtract and find that difference. Toyota keys, again, you want to pretend there's a line here and you're going to measure flat to find that depth. It is a little tricky, but my other video would show you how to decode that a little easier. This is going to show you how to do that. But if you know these 3 different variations of decoding with the Gymkana, you should be set. You should be golden. This is like the most nerdy way because it has all the measurements, but now you're set. So hopefully this video has helped. If you can, give it a subscribe, a like, and a share. Share with your friends and let them know, or just comment below saying thanks. I will put links in the description for the other videos in case you're trying to like problem solve your decoding. So it's like a one-stop shop for all the videos. Other than that, thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you next time. Bye.